So in the last video, or a previous video, maybe not the last, I was cutting out the kitchen worktop here to fit the curvature of the boat. So that's in a previous video. This video, I'm trying to attempt and work out how to cut a hole the shape of the kitchen sink that's there already, and also get it positioned in the correct place on the countertop. So yes, you'll probably see me fumble through it a bit. A few mistakes and a bit of a learning experience. I could have done a better job. Now I've done it once, but it was just guesswork kind of all of the way. Yeah, so thanks for watching and I hope you enjoy. Right, so I was going to start epoxy resining the kitchen work surface. So I took the wood downstairs. I got back up here. I was like, oh, I forgot there was a sink. So today, I need to cut the hole for the sink into the wood before I resin it. Because if I resin it and cut the hole later, and I muck up the bit of wood, then I'll need to just buy another bit of wood and then just do the resin again. So I'm going to cut the hole, but I don't know how to mark out the hole. So I've got some cling film here. I don't really know. I mean, I'd like some see-through plastic would be better. I was thinking about you could put a bag over the top. Yeah, I think I'm going to use the fiberglass mat, you know. Okay, so that's the fiberglass down. It actually picks up really well on camera. And I've put a light in the sink. And then I'm going to draw around, and I can also, because it's fibre, I can feel where the edge is as well actually. Oh, I need to use a ruler. Okay, so I slid some cardboard underneath. I'll put this light on, mucking around with the camera. Yeah, so I slid some cardboard underneath, and then I thought, hang on, that's given it the support it needs. So now I'll just cut out the cardboard. Probably ruin the scissors in the process, but I will cut out the shape around the cardboard. Right, this is the time where you need super glue, where I could just put glue around and be sorted, but I don't have any. I've got this adhesive thing. So this here is a bit overkill just for temporarily doing something. So basically, this glue, apparently it sets in seconds. So what you do is you put the glue on where you want to put it. So I'll just put a few spots on, and then you use this spray, and this activates the glue, and then apparently sets in seconds. So I'm going to try and do this. Where's a window? Ah, oh, fresh air. Oh, I can see it smoking. It's probably going to melt the fiberglass. Yeah. Not that side. That hasn't done. Oh look, it's making the ink run. Perfect. And then I can cut that out now. Perfect. Okay, so now I need to figure out how I'm going to get this correctly. Right, I'm trying to work out how to do this next bit. I think I've realised what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the epoxy resin. Just like, obviously there's two parts, part A and part B. And obviously you mix them together for it to cure. Now it's really sticky, the epoxy resin, so I'm just going to put a part A on so I can wipe it off later. So it's not going to cure. So I'm going to pour part A on here. I'm then going to drop the kitchen worktop onto the top, and then pick it up, and then that will be in place of where the hole needs to be. And then I'll just trace round the outside of this. I don't know how much I need. It just needs to stick, temporary. Hopefully this works. It's only cardboard, it's got to be able to pull up. It's quite sticky, this stuff. I think it'll be fine. Right, I'm going to try that. Right, I've placed the cardboard and I've placed the wood on top. Now I'm hoping... Can't do it. Let me just put the camera. I'm hoping it picks it up, please. And I'm just going to try not to move it. No, it doesn't. Right. I think I'm just going to have to make a mess, to be honest. So I'm going to pour it all around the edges. I'm going to pour it around the edges here so it sticks. So there's no point putting it on that edge. But if it goes over the edge, which it will when pressure goes on, I might not be able to draw and mark on the wood the outside of it. Okay, if that doesn't stick now, then I'm going to have to go and buy some glue or something. Okay, let's go. Oh no, is it? No, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Right, please. Yes. Okay, sweet. Okay, the resin's dripping a bit, but that's fine. I think I should be able to draw around the majority of that with a Sharpie. Sweet, I'm happy with that. Let's go. And I do want the lip to be slightly wider than the sink. Yeah, this pen's just not drawing where the resin is. Right, as an extra precaution, I'm gonna just basically draw around with a pencil. Because I'll just do that as well. Because the ink's gonna bleed with the resin. I don't know, shall I lift it up? I mean, I've still got the cardboard template. resin, doesn't it? It's the resin. If I wipe that, it's going to smudge. Maybe I'll just cut the sink out now. Okay, so I think that's a good job. Well, so far it looks a bit messy, but it's not ideal. Right, so I've got paints in here, and I'm going to use that. So that's going to be your finger hole that you use to take the top off. Right, so I've just drilled a hole in there. I'm going to use this as my way round to cut with this. Right, so as I'm cutting, I'm ending up with a pool of resin now, which is erasing my line. It's also going to be really difficult when I get to here, because I don't know what corners I'm cutting, so I'm going to try and get rid of as much of the resin as possible and redraw the line in. And same here, I'm going to take the saw out and just wipe off the resin. Okay, I can't do this because the resin's just wiping off the marker and I can't see where the line is. So I'm going to have to just put this cardboard template back on. Which is a big mess. Yeah, if I hold that on and then just cut to that. So I think this has been an epic fail because I used the resin and didn't use, well, I haven't got glue, but I could have gone to the shop to get glue. But I still hadn't decided what wood I need to get, because I need to get some more wood. So I wanted to make a list of everything that I wanted to get before I went to the shop. But I guess I could have taken 2 trips. So I'm going to wipe off all the resin now, and then file off the edges and take it in and have a look. Yeah, another fail. This is the first time I've done this. I cut into the table. I was like, it smells like the resin's burning. Like burning plastic, do you know what I mean? But it was actually the table. Okay, I'm going to try and get this resin off with white spirit, or not white spirit. Thinners 808. Yeah. Right, kind of sanded it. Just around the edges a little bit. Looks alright. Doesn't look. These bits where the ink was smudging, I couldn't really see what I was cutting. So we'll see what it looks like when I get it in there. So just need to sand off the inside of this and then take it in and have a look. Okay, so the moment of truth. Let's get this in. Mind you, I still have to cut the hole for the tap. Okay, it's alright. Ish. There's a bigger lip around the back than there is the front. And that's it flush with the back, so I can't be mucking around with it to straighten it up. No, it's alright. It's alright. The problem is I can't take anything off because I guess I wanted to try and cut another one of these, but because that fits in there. Well, it's alright if you look closely. I mean, I did want a lip. I deliberately cut it out further than the sink. I could have cut it overhanging the sink, but then you'd have smaller sink space, and then I'd have to cut this at an angle, so when you put it in, the wood was cut at an angle like that, so it rested on the bottom here. And I don't know how to do that, so this was the easiest option, is to cut it so there was a lip of the sink, so the wood can rest on that. That's what I went for anyway. So okay, that's the tap out. I'm just going to disconnect these. I've just marked up what is the positive and what is the negative for each of them, just so I can put them back together again. Alright, that's the perfect size. I'm going to see if I can go one smaller. So yeah, I'm going to use this small one, and then Dremel out the hole to make it slightly bigger, so this fits in. I'd rather that than put this one on, because it looks the exact same size as this thing. Okay, I realised I didn't video me cutting the hole, but yeah, I just cut the hole. So I used the yeah, so I decided on using the smaller one, and then I'd use the Dremel to take it off, but it actually fits in exactly. So the teeth wouldn't go over the fitting there, but by the time the teeth are drilling the hole, because obviously the teeth is in the hole, it was just the right size. So yeah, excellent. So the other one would have been too big if I decided to do that. So perfect. There's a little bit of wiggle room, but I mean, that's all right. So that's cool. Nice. And then so 2 holes underneath there now. So that's the new one at the back there, which is smaller than the one that they'd originally drilled. And it's quite cool. So better. It was annoying me that this corner jutted out a bit. Still does, a tiny bit. It's much better though. It just reminds me what a good job I did with cutting the curve at the back there to match the curve of the boat. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, and now I've cut the hole for the sink. I mean, I wish I hadn't cut. I mean, it's more. It goes back more than I'd like. The lip at the back there. So I guess I'll just have to see, and you can see the hole where the old tap was just there, which isn't great. There's a bit of flex underneath here, and I think that's why there was material underneath there that I sanded back. Because this wasn't meeting flush with that, so I thought it was because of all of the material that was on here. So I sanded it off, and that wasn't the case, and now I get loads of flex. So I might end up having to put some sort of filler material underneath there again, which is what they'd originally done. But I don't know why they did it, because there was nothing on top of it. Weird. But yeah, quite pleased with that. And then I need to resin the sink as well. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, if you did like the video, because I will be resining this thing, or I have done, so I just need to edit and post the video. So look out for that one in the future.